Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is Michelle. My channel's Vegans Love Life. If you haven't subscribed, please do so today. And if you like this video, like it down below. So for today, I'm gonna do a what I eat in the day, and I'm actually also I'm gonna be baking some cookies today because I made these cookies the other day and they're absolutely the best cookies I've ever made. My inspiration was, hold on a second. Here was my inspiration to make my cookie recipe. These are the trail mix cookies from Back to Nature. I showed this in my last haul for you, which was, I think I posted it yesterday. So if you didn't see that, I will put it up above and you guys can click on that and watch it later. So I really liked these cookies and I kind of wanted to make something similar to them. And what I made is definitely on the same, idea of these cookies, but it's definitely not the same. So I think they're more like an oatmeal cookie, but they're so good. What I made is so good. So I'm going to show you that today, and I'll show you what I eat throughout the day. So far today, it's Sunday. It's just like a relaxed day. I don't have to go to work, so I kind of took it slow. I did have coffee right in the morning because otherwise I cannot wake up. So I had coffee and I did my workout, I got dressed, everything. And now I'm going to eat breakfast. And I want to try this right here. I did not try it yet, but this is the Mush brand overnight oats. And it's the coffee flavored one. So I told you the other day, I don't really like to have too much caffeine. I have one coffee a day. So this is definitely added caffeine. So I'm not sure, even if I like it, if I'll buy it again, because I'm just not a fan of adding more caffeine to my day. So, but here goes nothing. Let's try this out together and I'll see if I like it. Okay. Definitely tastes like coffee, which makes sense. There's coffee in it. You know what it tastes like actually? Have you ever had the Starbucks Frappuccino, the frozen one? That's what this tastes like. And maybe it's because it's a cold overnight oats. Maybe that's why, but that's exactly, it tastes like that Frappuccino, that iced frozen Frappuccino that is coffee flavored. That's what this tastes like. So it's good. I actually like it. I like it. I would not buy it again. It's just because I don't want more caffeine. But if you're looking for that, go ahead and buy it. I will tell you, I did try the apple, I think it was apple cinnamon flavor the other day, and that was really good. And I actually might go back to the store and get some more flavors of these just so I can have like a really easy week this week, because I really did like that one. And I just don't even feel like making overnight oats this week. I'm just not into it. So, all right, well, that's it for now. I will share what I make for snacks, lunch, dinner. I don't really have a plan, and I'll do my cookies in a little bit. All right, bye, guys. Hello, so here we go. I'm gonna make my oatmeal cookie recipe for you, and hopefully you can follow along. It's pretty easy. I do measure everything because I find no matter what, if I don't measure things, my recipes never come out okay unless they're measured accurately. So here goes nothing. Let's make these delicious cookies together. All right, the first thing you need, actually, I already did this part, is oat flour. So I did not buy oat flour, I made it using these oats, which I just got from Trader Joe's. And I made these cookies a few days ago, like I said. They're so good. And maybe it's because I used these oats. I don't know. I love them. They're so good. So it's rolled oats with ancient grains and seeds. So I thought, like, okay, that's like a little bit healthier. So that's awesome. And I just blended 1 cup 2 cups of these oats in my Vitamix and just made oat flour that way. And that's typically what I do because it's just so easy and I feel like it's cheaper. So I will actually have this recipe on my blog. I will link that below. It's veganslovelife.com. Because today I'm actually going to make a smaller version of the recipe. So I'm going to make 6 cookies today, whereas I made 12 the other day. So that if you want to make 12, you can do that. But the recipe I'm showing you today is just going to make 6. Easy enough to cut a recipe in half anyway. So, alright, so that's the first thing I did is I put some oat flour in a mixing bowl. Then I'm going to actually add what am I adding? I'm going to add a 4th cup of these oats too. It just gives a little bit of texture. And the cool thing about these cookies, you can make them nut-free. So I'm going to kind of show you that too, because it would be awesome to have, like, you know, a quick, healthy-ish snack you can send to school for the kids. But today I'm actually going to add some walnuts, so that is, you know, that wouldn't be nut-free, but you don't have to add these. You could add pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, whatever you want. And that's what trail mix is, right? And that's what I was thinking when I decided to make these. You know, just like a trail mix cookie. So I'm going to add these to this right now. And get that out of the way. And then we're going to be adding, I'm just going to do a 4th teaspoon of salt. You can use pink salt, you can use regular sea salt, whatever you have on hand. So then we're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. Always need cinnamon, right? I use cinnamon for like just about everything. I love cinnamon. Put that away. Then we need just an 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg. I do not have an 1/8 measuring spoon, but I have a 1/4, so I'm just going to do like half of that. Do I need an 1/8? I forget. Let me check. Yes, so because I'm doing half of the recipe, I need an 1/8. If I was doing the full, it would be a 1/4. So there we go. Does anyone have an 1/8 teaspoon? I swear I've like never seen that in a combination for measuring items, but whatever. So next we're going to add our baking powder. We need a 1/2 teaspoon of that for the half recipe. So we'll add that. There we go. And that can go away. What else do we need? So we don't really need anything else to this mixture. So we're just going to mix this up. And the next part is the fun part, because we're going to make like a caramel sauce basically, which I guess you could use for just about anything. I mean, when people make caramel, like vegan caramel, I feel like they use dates, but I'm not doing that. I'm not using dates. Like when people think of caramel and they're vegan, I feel like dates are like the go-to to make something, but from what I've seen, I've never actually made caramel because I don't like it. So it's really weird that I'm making this. I just made it the other day. I made a mixture to make like for the wet ingredients for this recipe, and it just came out like caramel. So there you go. All right. So for the next part, we're actually going to need a saucepan. A saucepan to melt everything together. We're going to whisk it in the saucepan. And I need, this is like the best ingredient for this. I need a 4th cup of this for the half recipe. So I'm just going to put a 4th cup of this tahini into this pan. I'm just going to put that in there for a minute. And clean this because it's all dirty now. And we're going to need a 4th cup of milk. You can use any plant-based milk. So like I said, you can make this nut-free if you're using like oat milk, or I know they have hemp milk now. What else do they have? They have soy milk. But like this is kind of my go-to in our house. So I'm going to use vanilla almond milk. Is my favorite milk. So we'll put that in there. And we're going to use a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. We'll also put that in there too. And we need a tablespoon of agave. Again, this is for the half recipe. If you're looking to make the full 12 cookies, just visit my blog for that recipe, or double what you see here. And then we're going to do some coconut sugar. We need a 1/3 cup of this, and I'm actually not sure if I have a 1/3 cup. I think I do. That's kind of the reason I'm making half a recipe today, because I'm almost out of my coconut sugar. So here we go. Let's see. We should have like just about enough. So I have almost enough. And I'm just going to go with that, honestly, because less sugar is better anyway. So there's that. And like I said, like you can do whatever with this recipe. You do not have to, you know, do it exactly, because if you are looking for less sugar, you can always add less sugar. But all right, so now we're gonna whisk this. Here, let me bring this over here. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. We're just going to be whisking this on low heat until it looks like caramel, which is pretty fast. I'd say it probably takes about a minute for this mixture to turn into a caramel-like texture, which is just like really creamy, sticky. What do you guys think? Do you like caramel? I mean, I've just never been a fan of caramel. I've never really liked sweets too much either, so you'll see me use, I think, a lot less sugar in some things, which my son does not appreciate, but that's just how it goes. I try to make healthier foods anyway, and we all know sugar's like the worst, but it's good to have some. So you see now it's like already like super brown and like creamy, so I'm gonna say it's already done. And I'm gonna shut that off, and we'll let it cool, because we're going to want to add the chocolate chips. But if you add the chocolate chips when that mixture is warm, it just won't work out. So. Alright, so I am going to add that mixture to this right now, and then I'll just wait to add the chocolate chips. I totally forgot to preheat the oven, so I just did that. The oven's preheating. I have a cookie sheet over here. I'll show you what I do to put them on the cookie sheet, and then we'll just let them cook, and that'll be that. I'll show you what they look like when they're done. They're so good, I'm telling you. If there's one recipe you make from my blog, let it be these delicious cookies. They're so good. I feel like it's so hard to come up with baking recipes. I don't know why. I mean, I think one of my first recipes for my blog was baking, because it was a blueberry loaf. But like, I just feel like if you don't have the measurements like exactly where they need to be, it just doesn't come out the way you need it. So I feel like it's hard. I don't know. But I think I, I'm getting better at it anyway. I like to have like just certain items in my pantry, but I love to try new things too. So like those oats from Trader Joe's, I just feel like that was like a big inspiration, as well as the trail mix was also a big inspiration. The trail mix cookies, those actually are really good. They have peanut butter in them. They're mostly peanut butter and oats, so I mean, these are tahini and oats, so it's like definitely similar, and then you just kind of add in whatever it is you want. So I'm gonna just touch this. Okay, it's actually not too hot, so you really don't want to add the chocolate chips when it's hot, or they're just gonna melt all over it, and then you'll have like a chocolate flavored cookie. That's all I had for chocolate chips. It's supposed to be a 4th cup for this recipe. I think that's about right. That's all I had. Told you I'm running on things. Alright. I did want to show this to you because it's so good. I hope I didn't add those too soon. I don't think I did. So the hard part is just scooping it out into the, well, it's not hard, it's just messy. So the other day, whenever I made these, I think I used a 4th scoop, but this one's dirty, so I'll just use the 3rd cup and make them a little smaller. Yeah, there you go. See? And just easily, I'm just going to show you one, and then I'm just going to stop the recording so that, they can cook. See? Little ball. And then just take this and flatten it. I mean, you can make these like perfectly round if you want to. You don't have to. I think I did the other day, mostly. I'm not really good at making them super perfect, but let's see. There you go. So I'm going to make 6 of those and put them in the oven for 12 to 15 minutes, just like keeping an eye on them in the last 3 minutes, and that's it. I'll show them to you later, and I'll show you everything I eat today. Alright guys. Alright, so I made cookies today. I talked about cookies today. So now I really kind of want something for lunch that has to do with cookies. So here's what I'm gonna do. On my blender, I'm going to get a banana that's already frozen. I usually always have frozen bananas. I don't have a lot right now. I actually went to Whole Foods the other day, which I showed you in the last haul, but they didn't have any fruit. They didn't even have bananas. Seriously, no bananas. It was really weird. Okay, so I have a frozen banana. I'm going to do some of these frozen strawberries from Whole Foods. I'm just going to put just a handful. Maybe a few more. That'll do. So I never really eat a lot of fruit. My son devours it so fast when I get fruit. to get fruit all the time, but like he goes through it so quickly that I never get any. So this is good that I'm having fruit. And I'm going to add, I bought this protein powder recently. I really like it. It's just nuts and seeds. Orgain is my favorite protein powder. It's really actually the only one I like at this point. I've tried quite a few. It is just, it doesn't have like that weird aftertaste. At least it doesn't to me. So, and this kind, this kind is, it's peanut butter. Peanut butter, and it's made with just seeds and nuts. Obviously, if you're allergic to nuts, that's not going to work. But here we go. We have 1 serving of that. And then I'm literally just going to put ice and milk. So, some almond milk. I'm not measuring this. I'm just putting like half a cup maybe. I like to put a lot of ice because then it has a almost milkshake-like texture. So I'm probably putting like 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna put more. I think it's probably like a cup of ice. I don't know. Break that one. There we go. And then I'm just gonna blend it. Okay, so it is like 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock. I have no idea. I know that I'm so hungry. I really didn't eat that much today. Not on purpose. I was just doing so much stuff for getting back to work and school that I just lost track of time. So here's what we're gonna do. It's gonna be just a easy burrito bowl. First, I'm gonna put some of this spring mix from Whole Foods that I grabbed the other day. So I'm just gonna put that in the bottom of my bowl. I do want to use it out before it goes bad, so I'm trying to use a lot of it every day. And it, you know, it helps fill you up more. So we'll put that in there. And then I'm going to add some of this rice that I just made, which is, I just grabbed it at Target. I showed you earlier. I went to Target, so there's that. I'm going to add, I mean, I'm so hungry. I don't know how much I'm adding, but I definitely I'm going to add a little bit. I'm going to add like a lot to this too, like a lot of stuff. I'm going to add some, this is fresh corn off the cob. I did not add anything to it. I really just been craving corn, and I don't really feel like it needs anything right now. Plus, my son's going to eat some of this too, and he does not want anything on it. So I'm going to add that. He will have some of this as well, so I'm not going to use all of that. Then I have my black beans that I just made yesterday. They're absolutely delicious. It's so simple what I do with these. I literally just heat them in the liquid that they come in because I'm using canned beans. I can link the recipe I use. I mean, it's like, really, is it a recipe? I don't know. But it's on my blog, and I can link that below because I think they're just perfect. And my son will eat them, which is... Sorry about that. So, like I said, my son will eat these. And... oh, look at that. It's magnetic. Alright. My son will eat these, which is a huge plus because he's so picky about everything. But since he'll eat these, I make these for him often. and they're really good. So I'll link that below. There's that. This is already looking so good. Look at that. I'm going to add a few more things though. I'm going to add some salsa. I also picked that up at Target. I'm going to put that on there. I'm just going to put it in the middle. Then I'm going to add some of these jalapenos that I got at Trader Joe's. They are amazing, just like the lady at the checkout said. They're absolutely so good. They're hot and sweet jalapenos. I feel like I definitely taste more of the sweetness, which I'd rather have more of the hotness, but they got a little bit of hotness too. So I'm going to add a few of those because they're so good. I love jalapenos. I could have gotten fresh ones, but these are just easier. Then I'm going to just put a little bit of avocado on here across the top. Try to make it look as pretty as I can. My son actually just started liking avocado again, so I'm kind of excited for that. Alright, and then I'm just going to add some of these dippers, these corn chip dippers. Those are also from Trader Joe's. You literally can just make the best meals on such a great budget. All from Trader Joe's. So I do love to go there. Obviously I shop at Whole Foods as well, but you know, you can definitely get by with just doing Trader Joe's. And then I'm going to add, I have some hot sauce in here. My favorite one is Cholula. So I'm just going to add some of that because I think it's amazing. And I put it in this little glass bottle that I grabbed at Target one day. It's kind of nice. And that is it, my friends. There is nothing else that I'm eating today. Like, this bowl is huge. Look at that. All right. See you next time.